Matthew chapter number 8, verses number 11 and 12. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. These two verses are laying some fundamental themes that will be repeated several times going forward. Christ starts out, and as we remember, he was just marveling at the amount of trust that a Roman centurion had in him, that he was the very Son of God, Christ, God in the flesh. Then he went on to reveal a startling revelation. He said, in heaven, many are going to come from far places, east and west, not necessarily born or grew up learning the laws, the traditions, and they're going to sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom, in the feast, in the wedding feast. Here, this is one of the fundamental things. The marriage of the church or the believers with Christ. And when we say believers, we are talking about believers, both Old and New Testament. The patriarchs, the ones that stood the test and believed in their God. But Christ went on to say that this is not completely hereditary. That it was going to be a lot of people that will depend on their lineage and not believe in who he stated that he was. Therefore, they will not make it in. This common theme of the wedding feast, the parable about the 10 virgins, 5 was wise and 5 was foolish, hinged on a bridegroom coming back. This parable talks about the wedding feast when the bridegroom has made his arrival. And we are going to find out so many parables. And actually, this did not start right here. This is throughout the Old Testament as well. And the book of Revelation does a marvelous job at capping off this subject. So this is one theme that is laid about the wedding feast. And it's available to all that will come in. Now, if we go and we look, but the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That is another theme that will be repeated so many times with Christ. A lot of people will think that they are invited to the wedding feast and will not make it. Maybe you thought you were going to make it because of your hereditary traits only. Maybe you thought you were going to make it because you've been in a church a lot of years. Maybe you thought that you were going to make it because of your pedigree. None of those things guarantee us access to the wedding feast with the Lamb. Faith in the Mashiach, the Christo, the Christ. That is our only way in to the wedding feast. No other way. He goes on in other parables. He said that if anyone come up any other way, they are a thief and a robber. God, we bless you and we praise you and we glorify you. Help us to be worthy to enter into your feast and rejoice with you in Jesus' name. Thank God.